Welcome to the Sports Bash pre-show presented by All American Burger Drive-In, located at 4286 Merrick Road in Massapequa. They have been providing the Long Island community with their delectable burgers, fries, and other All-American staples since 1963. Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz, joined by Vinny Tickets. Good morning, Vinny.
Good morning, Peter.
Reading that, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Because
how do you like their burgers?
I love All American.
You do?
We go there all the time, whether you sit there and eat it in front of the restaurant where they have tables and chairs, or you just run over there, pick it up, and bring it home. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Everything there is fabulous.
I guess I have to go back. I think I've had it once or twice, and I have to say, I think it's comparable to a McDonald's hamburger.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm one of the very few, and maybe it was a bad day. I have to go back and give it a try. What about you, Wiz? You been to All-American?
Oh, yeah, it's better than McDonald's. What are you
I
talking about?
can't believe that those words came out of your mouth.
Yeah. And I'm not a foodie, though. So.
Wiz, I'm stunned.
Yeah,
I almost want him to switch seats with you now.
Yeah. I apologize to our listeners.
Oh my God, I did not have that on my bingo card today. I really didn't.
Yeah. Apologize.
Are you serious?
Yeah, very serious about that. I don't think listen, it's a national craze, that hamburger. So
I guess we're not getting any sponsorship money from them anytime soon.
No. No, but I will say, was it good? Yeah, it was good. But it's not, people make it seem like it's the greatest hamburger they've ever had. Listen, I had a hamburger, when was it? The other day, 2 nights ago at the U.S. Open, Prime Burger. And to me, that's a hamburger, that thick hamburger, rare in the middle, crunchy on the outside. That's my ideal burger.
Wow.
Yeah. Apologize.
Well,
Peter.
All-American people, if you want to send some burgers over to me and Wiz, none for him. Oh, Nick would like some too. Sebastiano, do you like All-American Burger?
I've never been, but I mean, it seems I love burgers, so I'd be down.
Well, listen, at least you don't have an opinion yet, unlike this guy here next to me with like the most ridiculous opinion in the world.
Why, you've never heard that from anyone?
No, I have never heard one person.
Now I'm
say
even
anything.
happier that I said it.
But you're like Darrell Revis. You are alone on an island.
I am.
You really are.
Yes.
I shouldn't even have.
Vinny Island.
Vinny Island. Wow. I don't even know how I can continue.
Wow,
now
the guy's
today.
speechless.
I am like, wow.
You would think I tackled his dog.
I had a whole thing. We have to move on now because now
go.
I'm gonna lose it. For those who didn't join us last night, we had a great show at Governor's, and for those who did, it's archived at the Governor's Comedy Club YouTube page. Wonderful time last night. We were joined over the phone by Charles Davis, had a great chat, great hospitality from the people at Governor's there last night.
Yes, that was tremendous. Big T hooked us up. I mean, did a great job as he always does. And I tell you, the interview was great too. Good, VFL.
Yeah.
VFL, baby. Vol for life.
It was awesome. So we look forward to possibly doing some more shows at Governor's coming up. Also last night at All Sports in Melville, the Islanders had a family fun night on the deck hockey rink there. They had some interactive activities for the kids. Former Islander Benoit Hogue was there last night. Had a chance to catch up with him. Follow our socials. You'll hear some of the clips of that video. So a great time with Benoit Hogue last night and the Islanders, and put together by Pioneer Sports as well there last night. And they did the Mike Richter event the other night. They just do such great work, and it's just so great for the kids to be able to experience that. The Islanders and Pioneer Sports doing that together.
Yeah, from what I understand, great facility.
Great. And a great crowd. We're going to welcome our radio audience right now.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
Welcome to Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com, where you'll never pay a service fee. Sports Bash is also brought to you by the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage, where every customer is considered family. Mention Sports Bash, get a free dessert with your meal. By the offices of Dr. Anthony Ippolito at Chiropractic Care Plus, located at 1 John Street in Babylon. Chiropractic Care Plus is the only choice when searching for Long Island chiropractors. Give Dr. Ippolito a call at 631-669 6221. By Bearcat Billing Service, your trusted partner in medical billing. Experience the Bearcat way. Personal, professional, and tailored to your needs. Give Gary a call at 516-796-2400 and tell him Sports Bash sent you. By the Marty Lyons Foundation, the official charity of Sports Bash Media. For more info, go to martylyonsfoundation.org. And by Collaborate Studios, a content marketing production facility. For more info, call them at 516-509-8277. I'm Peter Schwartz, along by a guy who does not know a good hamburger if he ever saw one, my friend Vinny Tickets.
Well, good morning, Peter. I didn't expect that kind of introduction or reaction over a hamburger, but
Well, for those joining us on LI News Radio who just joined us and didn't catch the pre-show, we were talking about All American Burger in Massapequa, and Vinny apparently did not have a very good experience there.
No,
I've been going there for years,
well,
and I love their hamburgers.
Let me put it in perspective. It's a good hamburger. When you start seeing videos of people from California who are rating the top 10 hamburgers in the country,
Yeah.
and they throw that hamburger in there, I'm perplexed by that because when you go to a Ranger game, remember those hamburgers we had that night?
Yeah.
They're like almost an inch and a half thick, rare on the inside. So when you compare, is it a good hamburger?
But
Yes.
I'm not saying that. Look, the All American Burger is an institution on Long Island. It is a terrific burger. To me, it's not. I understand. Like if you go into like a restaurant of fine dining and you order a gourmet burger, we're talking about apples and oranges. But when it comes to like, I could really go for a burger now. Like I'm in the like it's lunchtime or it's dinner time. I could really go for a burger. Like, do I drive down the block to Burger King or McDonald's? Or if I really want a good burger, I'm getting in the car and I'm taking the 12 or 13 minute drive to All American, and I am going to enjoy myself with what I think is a fabulous hamburger.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Friday we do lunch in the office.
Yeah.
I'm going to send somebody down to All American.
Okay.
We're going to have All American. We're going to take some video. We're going to get some pictures. And we're going to have in my office this Friday for Labor Day weekend, we're going to have All American burgers. And we'll get a review from everybody.
And maybe you should do it on a day that I'll be around and not be out of town.
Oh, boy. So he can grab his $2 burger over here.
Well, that was a heck of a way to start. Sports Bash presented by Ticketbash.com. And again,
And not sponsored by All American.
and not sponsored by All American. I mean, you basically just flushed a sponsorship opportunity down the toilet.
Well, they'll wow me Friday, we hope.
Oh, well, we certainly hope so. Coming up, it's Stump the Whiz Day. Are you ready for that? It's our favorite time of the year.
We love that.
It's kind of like, Christmas and Hanukkah on the calendar. It's a weekly thing around here, Stump the Whiz. Everybody is pumped up. You can feel it here in the airport. At MacArthur Airport, everybody is gathering around. Not really, though, but you can sense that there's a palpable feeling in the crowd.
It is. There is I happen to sit between you and Wiz, and I do feel that little bit of anxiety from Wiz when the segment comes up. I know he's in that think mode. He's in his think tank right now. So good luck to the Wiz today.
Yep.
Thank you.
Usually I have that feeling every Wednesday morning when I've decided on the question that was submitted, and I am 50-50 today.
Okay.
As to whether or not he gets this. I'm 50-50.
I haven't cheated in luck, so I'm always interested.
But it's not
to
Stump.
see.
It's not Stump the Ticket Man. It's Stump the Whiz.
It's
It's
Stump
Stump
the
the
Whiz.
Whiz. Like sometimes people.
But I
think
want to
it's-
be surprised. I don't
Okay.
want to look and know the answer. I want to be surprised.
Okay.
I want to cheer on my buddy here.
All right, that sounds fair enough. We're also going to have This Day in Sports History with Wiz, and we're also going to have our Sports Bash poll question of the day. We'll recap yesterday's, and we'll look ahead to today's. But let's get to the Sports Bash Flash, brought to you by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, where every customer is considered family. The Embassy Diner located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Mention Sports Bash, get a free dessert with your meal. Yankees lose one last night to the Nationals 4-2 in Washington. Garrett Cole took the loss, giving up 3 runs and 6 hits over 5 innings.
I think pitched well out of traffic, had good had good stuff, pretty good command, but ultimately, they beat me today, so it's just is what it is.
Yeah, Cole at a loss for words. I mean, look, he had a bad night. Listen, all pitchers should have a bad night like he had a bad night like that, but can't win them all.
Yeah, can't win them all. And listen, it's a respectable game. Yankees left a lot of guys on base again. You really can't beat up Judge for that the bases loaded at bat. I mean,
Yeah.
How much more could the guy do?
Right. I mean,
and the announcers were almost disappointed. Like, oh wow, he didn't come through this time.
Right. Well, we talked about it yesterday on the show. The night before in Washington was a team effort because they got contributions, and now we're back into that. Well, if Soto and Judge don't do anything, the Yankees don't go anywhere. So he can't have it both ways. The guy's not Superman. Well, sometimes I think he is. But,
yeah, I know. It's amazing.
Yankees and Nationals again tonight, rubber game at 6:45. By the way, potential good news on a return for a Yankee, Anthony Rizzo on the mend in the minor leagues, homered in a rehab game for Double-A Somerset last night, so perhaps some reinforcements coming to that Yankee lineup. Now to Arizona.
The kick and the 1-2. Bouncing ball, shortstop side. Perdomo cannot field this one either. Throws to third to try to get Taylor, but he's safe. Martinez scores. McNeil to second. Alvarez to first. It's 8-0 Mets.
That was Keith Radd on Odyssey Mets Radio. Mets beat the Diamondbacks 8-3. Sean Manaea, another good start for the lefty. 6 2/3, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 11 strikeouts. Wiz, you're a Mets fan. Could you have imagined getting these kind of performances from Sean Manaea when they got him this year?
I had a bit of a feeling that he might have had a good season, but I'm really, really happy for what he's brought to the team, especially against the Diamondbacks, a team that's currently the number 1 wild card in the National League. That's a performance you hope to have out of your starter, especially in what could be potentially a playoff preview.
He's been fabulous. Mets and Diamondbacks again tonight in Arizona. First pitch is at 9:40. WNBA tonight, the Liberty off their win in Phoenix the other night, take on the Sparks in Los Angeles. But, back to the Mets. I mean, this has been, aside from letting that game slip away on Sunday, this has been a productive road trip. People were concerned about this road trip when it started. But you have to, so far so good for the Mets on this trip to try and stay in this wild card race.
Yeah, it's super important when you get on the road this time of the season. It is so important for them to come away with W's because these are the games right here and these road trips where you really you have a lot of adversity, and it becomes even more important to just keep your head above water. Play 500 on the road. Go 2 out of 3, 660, and that's going to show up when you come home. Those are the ones where you need to start sweeping series when they come back. I think they have the Red Sox coming up. Actually,
yeah.
So it's never going to.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
My son Jared was like last Wednesday when we went to the game, and I was chanting "Let's go Mets." He's like, "Well, what are you doing?" He's screaming out, "What are you doing? You're a Yankees fan." I'm like, "You're playing the Orioles. I have to root for the Mets today."
Yeah, you got to be a Met fan.
Now, listen, I know the Red Sox are not going to challenge for the division title, but still, let's go Mets against the Red Sox.
Yeah, get those losses in the AL East.
Did you root for the Mets in the '86 World Series?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's one sport that we won't even touch, but any sport that there's a New York team, including Buffalo, I'll root for that New York team.
Right.
If my team's out of it.
Well, I could tell you with the Giants, I rooted for the Giants in the first Super Bowl against New England when they spoiled the perfect season. But then in the second, I almost hate to say this as a Jets fan, the second Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, I rooted for the Patriots because I had enough of hearing the Giant fans here in New York. When the Patriots win, we're not in Boston. You hear it, but you don't hear. Like, I didn't want to hear the Giant fans anymore. I was sick because that was then 4 Super Bowls for the Giants to our 1, and I didn't want to hear it anymore. So while I was glad that the Giants beat the Patriots the first time, I was actually rooting for the Patriots the second time. Is that kind of dirty? Is that kind of dirty as a Jet fan to say that?
Nah, listen, I get it.
I just didn't want to hear the nonsense from the Giant fans.
Yeah. No, I understand. But I'm all New York. All New York, Vinny tickets.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
And I think
know that.
I think you know where we differ on
Hockey,
that.
no. Hockey, never.
We've got more coming up. Stay with us on Facebook and YouTube during the break. And then Stump the Whiz coming up when Sports Bash rolls on. Presented by TicketBash.com. Hi, I'm Peter Schwartz.
And I'm Vinny Tickets.
We want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Hey everyone, Peter Schwartz, Vinny Tickets back with you on Sports Bash presented by TicketBash.com. As we welcome back our radio audience in just a moment or so. For those who didn't catch the pre-show, I did want to talk about a great event that took place last night at All Sports in Melville here on Long Island. The Islanders had a free family fun night. Kids got to play on the deck hockey rink there at All Sports. Pioneer Sports helped the Islanders out with this great event. Former Islander Benoit Hogue was in attendance playing hockey with the kids on the rink. I had a chance to catch up with him for an interview. Then you'll hear pieces and you'll hear the entire interview on our socials coming up in the next day or so. Great to catch up with him. A big part of that Islanders team in 1993 that went to the conference championship. They shocked the Penguins in round 2 of the playoffs in overtime. So it was great to catch up with him. Great to see the interaction with him and the kids. And he only spent a few seasons with the Islanders, but certainly he made a big impact, and it's great to see him back around the team again.
Absolutely. And I heard you had a great night.
Great. Absolutely. And I had to cleanse myself after being around Rangers the night before. So it was nice. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com. Peter Schwartz, along with Vinny Tickets. Coming up, we're going to play Stump the Whiz. But first, on this segment, it's time for the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day. We post a new poll question every weekday on the Sports Bash Media X/Twitter page. First, let's look at Tuesday's question. When you are playing a sports video game, do you prefer to play against the computer or another player? And overwhelmingly, 73% picked playing against the computer. I prefer playing against the computer when I play a video game because my kids always kick my ass in it.
As crazy as now I'm really going to spin your head. Do you know I have not played a video game since Pong?
Since Pong?
Yeah, I've never, ever, ever played a video game. I just, literally, I would say it's probably since the 70s. How's that?
Yeah.
I haven't played a video game.
That doesn't surprise me as much as the comment about the All-American burger before.
About the burger.
Yeah.
Going back to the burger.
Wiz, you like playing against the computer more, right?
A man doesn't play a video game for 40 years. No one's shocked.
No, I'm not shocked.
I don't like a hamburger. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
Call the authorities.
for people my generation, playing video games is second nature. In fact, it's a big reason why esports is the fastest growing sport in the world.
Yeah. It's huge. But listen, now these games, like you talked about Pong, and I grew up with the old Atari. Obviously, we both did. Breakout and Pac-Man,
Ding,
Dig Dug, Donkey Kong, Asteroid, Space Invaders. Like those are my games. Your games too. And now, like these games, first of all, sometimes you walk past the TV. This happens in my house all the time, and they're playing Madden, or they're playing college football, or they're playing NHL, whatever. I have to take a double take sometimes. Are they watching a real game with YouTube or something like that, or are they playing a video game? It's amazing what these games look like now, and every year they add something to it because you have to get the new game every year. Yeah. It's another $60 or $70 every year to get the new Madden, or to get the new NHL, or to get the new baseball game. Yeah. It's incredible, the graphics, but 73% would prefer to play against the computer. Now here's today's question: do you like the bye week between the final preseason game and the start of the NFL regular season. Now, we wait so long for the NFL season to start. You get to minicamp, you get to training camp, the preseason games start. Now you get to take this deep breath for a week before the regular season starts next week. Do you like the break between the preseason and the regular season, or should they go right from the preseason to the regular season?
I think it gives you a little bit of build up. It gives the players the opportunity to get some rest, well needed rest from, they're working very hard. You don't you say, they only played one preseason game, but realize they're at work every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not full contact, but it's work. I'm sure there's a lot of workout, there's a lot of video. They're doing a lot of work. So for them to gear up, because remember that football season and that sport is just a brutally physical sport. So it gives them a break. So I like it.
And also, it gives the college football season a chance to really emerge, have a weekend all to itself this coming weekend, which I think is a kind of cool thing, too.
Yeah, can't wait for college football.
Yeah, you had a nice conversation with Charles Davis last night about Tennessee. That was fun. Actually, I knew the two of you were going to connect with that last night.
Yeah, go Vols.
Absolutely. This day in sports history.
Okay,
Wiz, you weren't ready for it there. I saw you jump.
Well, don't worry. I already knew what I was going to say. Because on this day in 2004, the Argentinian men's basketball team defeated Italy for the gold medal. It's the last time the U.S. did not win gold for that year. They ended up winning the bronze. Manu Ginobili was just on a different level. Don't forget Luis Scola, too. Phenomenal performance by them. But fortunately for the U.S., they rebounded with the Redeem team in 2008, and they have won gold ever since.
Now, when you talk about great moments in MacArthur Airport history, people talk about that JetBlue is coming in here very soon. But every Wednesday, it is one of the great moments all the time in MacArthur Airport history. The crowd must have been stuck in traffic because usually there's a crowd around the radio station. For this moment that we have every week here on the show, it is called Stump the Whiz. And what we ask you to do is to DM your best sports trivia questions to Sports Bash Media, X/Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And what we do is we pick the best question. And if you stump the Whiz, you get a great prize. And the prize today is 4 tickets to see the Premier Lacrosse League semifinals on Saturday, September 7th at Hofstra University. A great event. So we're going to give away 4 tickets. And are you ready to go? Are you ready? What's the record now? I lost track. What's the record?
The record, I believe, is like
8 for 13, I believe.
Yeah, 8 for 13. Yeah, I'd say so.
8 for 13. Okay. Yeah. So a big week for you now. Keep rolling, because last week you got the question in 30 seconds last week.
That is correct. I did.
Yeah. You weren't here for that last week. But it was like, and see, this is the thing with Wiz. I think when he really knows the answer, he knows it. But I think what he has learned to do, and this is one of the great things about Wiz, is he has picked up that dramatic flair to himself. So he will drag. Am I joking here? Am I joking?
No comment.
No comment. He will drag it out because he did it in 30. I think he could have gotten in 5 seconds last week. I think that he knew the question right away, but I think he had a dramatic flair and he stuck it out 33 seconds. He didn't want it to go off the rail, so he didn't let it go any further than that. But 30 seconds in, he got it.
There you go.
Sebastiano, are we ready? 2 minutes on the clock. Ready?
Let's see.
Okay. Our question comes in from Craig Peterson in Forest Hills. 2 minutes on the clock. The question is, who is the only pro football player in history to play in 10 straight championship games? Only player in pro football history to play in 10 straight championship games. 2 minutes on the clock, Sebastiano, and away we go.
Now, what do you mean by 10? What do you mean by championship games?
Professional football history. This player played in 10 years in a row, 10 consecutive pro football championship games.
Does this just mean like, does it mean conference championship or just like the championship?
A league championship game. 10 consecutive league championship games. Only player in pro football history to play in 10 consecutive league championship games.
It probably played for someone that played for the Packers. I assume that because they had the time in the 30s with the Lambeau era. Then you also have the 60s. So,
Regina sends some good juju.
I know it. I feel like that's something to do with the Packers or the Bears, one of those two, because the Bears were also very dominant of that era also. I'm not sure about player, though. I don't think he played for the same team the whole time, because if that was the case, it wouldn't be possible, because no team has been to the championship game that many times.
47 seconds, Wiz.
Does it have to be just American, or does it include Canada also?
No, I believe both of everything here was in the United States, and he did play for the same team all 10 years. A little hint there with 30 seconds to go on the clock.
28.
10 years.
Craig Peterson getting his lacrosse stick ready.
Well, if you said NBA, that'd be a bit easier.
It was pro
You have
football, not the
19
NBA.
seconds, Wiz. Stay focused.
I don't know. Might have something to do with the Packers. I assume
12.
maybe Curly Lambeau, or because he also played back then too, because he was a player coach.
It's not correct.
5 seconds.
Don Hudson.
No.
Sorry, Regina.
Congratulations to Craig Peterson. You have stumped the Whiz this week, and you are going to see the Premier Lacrosse League semifinals at Hofstra on Saturday, September 7th. The correct answer is Cleveland Browns quarterback Otto Graham.
Oh, Otto Graham.
who played. Oh, now you get it.
Oh, I see.
4 years in the AA.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking AAFC.
And then 6 years in the NFL when the Browns moved from the AAFC to the National Football League. Well, that was a heck of a way to end. We started the show talking about how Vinny hates All-American Burger, and we closed the show with the Whiz.
Oh yeah, right.
getting
That's
stumped.
true. Otto Graham. The Browns were against
Oh, I
them
thought
a
you were
lot
going to
of
say
times.
true. We started the show talking about burgers.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I wasn't thinking AFC because you had also the whole time with the AFC. So yeah, it is Otto Graham. Yeah, that
All right.
makes
Well,
sense.
thank you everybody for watching and listening. We are back tomorrow morning with another episode of Sports Bash presented by Ticketbash.com. We'll recap the Mets and Yankees, have some more fun. I don't know if we'll play Stump the Whiz again, but once a week I think is enough for that, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So we'll talk some baseball tomorrow. We'll talk a little more U.S. Open tomorrow too. We'll try.